What's going on, everybody? This is Cels Lounge. I'm your host, Cels. I'm here with two friends of mine that I've been working with for a while, and they have some things that I want to talk to them about with a little bit of alcohol. Please welcome to the platform, Gabe and Rios. How you guys doing today?
Good. Thanks for having us.
I am doing all right. All right, fellas, let me ask you guys a couple things. So, again, you guys are filmmakers?
Yeah.
Producers?
Yeah.
Editors?
Mostly him. Mostly me.
Videographers?
Yeah.
Yep. Executive producers?
Yeah.
That's a lot to take in. How you make it work?
Try and wear a lot of hats.
Teamwork.
Yeah, there you go.
We got a good crew that we work with, regularly. You're part of it quite often.
Thank you.
But we got our Dayton crew, Toledo. There's people we call on regularly, and
Yeah.
hopefully it works out most of the time. Sometimes it'll stress you out a little bit, getting everybody together.
Yeah.
Very true. How long have you guys been doing film?
Oh man, how long has it been?
I think we started back when we were still working with Steve about 8 to 10 ago.
It's been about a decade.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been
Give
about
or
a
take.
decade. Yeah, roughly. Rough decade.
What would you say got you into filmmaking?
Actually, that was that guy. He may have not been the best at it, but he was Steve, and he had an idea and he went for it.
Mm-hmm.
And he got us there, so I'm not gonna say I was the biggest fan of his stories, but he definitely he followed through. So credit where it's due.
That's true. For me, I feel like it was a little different. I went up on set, somebody else's set, just as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoyed that a lot, and then watch the process. Mostly as an actor first.
Right.
That's what I was doing a lot. It was a lot of acting. Watch the process from behind, though, just being on set.
Right.
I was like, this looks real fun to me. I've always loved film. I think it's something I can do. I think it's something I can write. I think it's something I can shoot. I've got enough experience behind the camera, like still photography and such.
Okay.
I don't think it's too big a leap to jump onto film and editing and stuff. It took a little bit of time, and I will say he's right. Steve did help a lot. I mean, Steve's basically the one that taught me how to edit.
Okay.
And I credit Kayla Elizabeth. I know
Kayla was great.
Yeah,
Everybody likes Kayla.
Yeah.
Kayla helped me out a lot in the beginning as well. Quite a lot. I mean, not just as an actor, but I mean with my editing, with everything.
In all fairness, if you're starting out around the local area and you're lucky enough to meet, Kayla and Vanessa and the rest of the people, they will definitely help you out. So right there to the Toledo crew.
Toledo crew. Would you guys say at the level that you guys are at, have you ever had to deal with any of the political aspects of filmmaking?
I'd say probably the worst part of it is when you run into the egos that want to prove you wrong about something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not necessarily something you can really ever prove that you were right or wrong, because two different people are going to see its story in two different ways.
Right. That kind of leads me to another question. All right, you guys, you do your own things. When it comes down to working on other people's projects, in the back of your mind, do you think like how things could be done differently, or has there ever been a point in time when maybe you broadcast like it should be done a certain way to like the director or the producer?
There are moments where I'll say, call me to him or something if we're there together.
Right.
Say, hey, this could be much more streamlined if, X, Y, Z, whatever it may be.
Right.
He says call me, but he'll have a vein popping in it.
Right, I'll be upset about it. I'm like, this could be a lot smoother. This whole process could be easier if, you did whatever. But at the end of the day, when we're there working that project, something we agreed to do, I try to just give them their leeway. Just let them do their thing.
I think it kind of depends. If they hire us as, a directing team, I'll,
Well, that right there, that changes things.
Yeah, I'll put a little more of my own opinion into it. When they would just want me on the camera, it's like, all right, it's their baby, it's their vision.
Yeah, all you're doing is front of the camera.
Just, hey, here, have a monitor, you like what you're seeing? Cool. If not, tell me where to put it.
Right.
And as an actor, I'm not the best actor, but, I can usually get the lines down.
Right.
If I change something and they don't like it, I've actually done that to him before. He's like, hey, read the line this way. I said, oh, that matters? And he said, yeah, I really like that line. I said, oh, well, I didn't know that, but yeah, okay, not a problem.
And see, them things do matter. I will say that, like you just said, if you're part of the directing team, then your voice should have more say. Mm-hmm. Or some advice to be like, because I mean, you're co-directing. How would you not have a voice?
Shout her out real quick because like Ashley, I asked Ashley recently to show up for a music video shoot and she was going to be an actor, very small role. She's going to have a minute of screen time.
Maybe.
That's it. Yeah, maybe. That's it. And then instead of just coming out and doing this small piece, she's holding light all night. All night long. She's there for the whole shoot. She did all the makeup.
Actually, the opening shot is her camera work.
Oh, that's right. And she was on camera. Let me take away. Yeah. And then she's on camera as well.
Because I wound up having to make a fire for a scene. And so, I'm covered in fire shrapnel. And I didn't want to touch the camera, so she's like, oh, I got it. And that's her. So that's her opening shot.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's running some camera. Definitely gaffer. Definitely makeup department as well. Yeah. And really, she was just supposed to
very
act.
Helpful.
That was it.
Very helpful.
It was
she stepped up, and we appreciated it.
When I first met you, you was hosting a film festival.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
It was a good festival.
Thank you.
I can't remember if I actually had a short that partaked in that or not.
I think you were in every year of it.
No, I think I want to say yes, but not the first one. I think he's in every year after that. The very first one.
I think I just came. Yes.
I think he just attended. And then he was in 2, 3, 4.
I know we had 2 of his in one fest.
Yeah.
Because they were both really short.
But yeah, every year after that, he was in there.
So when it comes down to putting stuff like that together, not just the film festivals, but also fashion.
Oh yeah.
You guys put on your own fashion shows. I've been to at least 2.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on.
I
modeled one of them.
Yep.
And then we attended one. Maybe it was just 2 altogether. I don't know how many you have done collectively, but we at least experienced 5 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. When it comes down to putting together a fashion show, obviously, well, first off, what got you guys into fashion?
I got him into that.
I would wear just jeans and a t-shirt 24/7 if it was me, except for when it's cold out. But that's just how I am with that. But he's like, hey, you know what? We need to do this. We got some friends that are doing it. He said, let's go in on this with them, put this together, and don't show up in jeans and a t-shirt.
Yeah, you got to wear a suit fit. I mean, for me though, it was an old friend of mine, Sam. She saw me. Sam Chambers. Yeah, Sam Chambers. She was doing this show, and she invited me, and I was like, I don't know, I don't think so. And she gave me the cost of the ticket. And I was like, really don't think so now.
Yeah.
And then she's like, will you please just show up? I really want you to see this thing. And I'm thinking, this is some show that I don't even know how old she is at the time. She's pretty young.
Right.
That she's putting on her own. Probably not going to be great. Good for her for doing it. I respect it. But, it's nice of her to reach out. She said, I'll bring you VIP. You don't have to pay anything. You can.
Does she want you to attend or be a part of it?
Just to attend.
Okay.
Just to come and watch. And so that was a much smaller show in Point Place.
I wasn't at this one.
Yeah, he wasn't there. It was just this small venue. And I went, and she did such an incredible job putting the show together. And it was fun. It was entertaining the whole time. I don't remember exactly how long it was, but 2.5, 3 hours. You didn't feel it.
Right.
You didn't feel the runtime at all. It flies by. So I liked it so much, and I was like, I have a lot of people and a lot of resources locally. People I know, people that are into this thing. That we can make this bigger.
Models,
yeah, I think their
locations.
Maximum occupancy was 55 or something, and she overbooked it. And that was great. But from there, I said, if we partner up and actually do this thing, I think we could make this a lot bigger.
The first one we did with her was a little bit of a mess. There was some growing pains.
Yeah.
But the second one after that,
that was fantastic.
We outsold our occupancy by, I want to say, I know that I had 4 chairs
well
behind me just so people could hang out and talk to me while I was taking tickets. Those were gone before we had even opened the doors.
Really?
So we oversold by, I'd say, probably at least 100 tickets.
Yeah, it was a good show.
When it comes down to putting these shows together, all right, you gotta think about now add-ins, whatever that I'm missing, the venue, the models,
yes,
the wardrobe,
designers.
If it is any food or drinks,
we try to have
catering.
something there because models have to get there early, get the makeup, get the hair, figure out what lines they're in. So we try to have either pizza, bagels. Once we had cake.
Yeah, then there's usually a cash bar as well, for actual, paying.
That's usually for the
customers.
And that's part of the venue.
That's part of the venue.
And not all of them have that.
Right.
But, to any venues, I would recommend you get one.
Yeah.
The set design.
Yeah.
Like how big are the teams to like put all this together, or is it just like the mind of like 2 or 3 people?
Usually it's about it's he and I, and then usually Sam, Alyssa Welter, Justin Keys is usually involved.
Justin is involved. He's been involved in the last at least 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's usually we sit down and discuss what we're gonna need. Lighting. Lighting's a big one. You need a DJ. You need a mic. You need sometimes host. Mark Klein's been doing that.
Yeah, hey, Mark Klein. Everybody knows Mark Klein.
Yeah, Mark Klein is like trying to be a part of everything.
Yeah,
Mark
Klein
is
is
and
he's in
everything.
Yeah,
if
he's
you
everywhere.
were
He's
working
always
in
there.
the tri-state area, you've met Mark Klein.
Yeah.
Good guy. Good guy.
Yeah, he is a good guy. I like him a lot.
Actually, while we're on the topic of Mark, he also was the one who brought around Bill Pearson. So rest in peace,
R.I.P.
Bill.
That was part of back to the
Yes,
filmmaking thing. Love Bill a lot. I had just cast Bill as a lead for a horror short that I have, or hopefully have upcoming.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic performer. Love him. Great guy. He lets me know, hey, I have cataract surgery. Can't come to shoot night. Can we do 1 week later? It's a quick recovery time. My doctor said it's no big deal. I'm like, sure. We can shoot 1 week from the day.
Mm-hmm.
1 week from the day of the shoot.
Please.
He very unexpectedly and unfortunately passed away.
Oh wow.
So R.I.P. Bill. Yes, that was very sad. We are still trying to move forward with the project. One of his good friends is maybe going to take his role, and we're of course going to dedicate the whole thing to Bill's memory.
Well, cheers to Bill, man.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
sounded like he was a good guy. I don't think I ever met him.
You may have briefly on one set. I feel like you guys were on the same set, maybe not at the same time.
I know he's done some work with Lindsay LaForest, Clinton Lindsay.
He was an extra in a few things.
I
think you had a
probably
hand
crossed
in
him.
at some point.
He
Probably
was in
crossed
Kayla and Vanessa's project that severed.
Okay.
He was in there.
Whether or not you guys actually met, you definitely collaborated without knowing it.
Yeah.
I got the DVDs, most of the DVDs back there. I might have to pop in one of them and see if I see them in the credits.
Did you Bloodstone? He's a bad guy kind of in the first
Okay.
season.
He's the older guy whose mom looks very young.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that's Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, cause that would have been like maybe episode 3 or 4 of Bloodstone, I think.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
That sounds
It was early on.
It's early on when he's in there, yeah.
Okay. Speaking of Bloodstone, I took part in that.
Yep.
How long is that series? How long do you want the series to be? Because I think it's for two seasons right now.
It's 2 seasons right now.
And the core season we're thinking is to bed now. Like the Elsa Bloodstone will just be more of a cameo character.
Okay.
He's the writer, so he's got ideas.
I have other ideas for other like Marvel fan series, things like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, I'm trying to do the original stuff, like the original horror shorts and things like that. Keep those updated, and then if I have the time, do like a Marvel fan series, other spin-offs. I'll include the characters that we introduced in Bloodstone.
Yeah.
I don't think I plan to do another full specific Bloodstone season, but I never say never because I'm like, if everyone's around and everyone's real excited about it or something, never know.
We were only gonna do 1 season, and then it kind of worked. And he's
Yeah,
like,
just
"Hey, I got
snowballed.
another
Like,
page."
everyone
Which
just-
credit to Lyric is because one of his hooks that he wanted for the 2nd season was Lyric had a page that he wanted to do as one long take, and she did it. She nailed it.
She's essentially the for season 2. She's the one kind of giving you filling in the backstory for everyone. Yeah, recap of season 1.
Okay.
She does that all in one take, in one just meaty hunk of dialogue. She's fantastic, amazing performer, good friend of mine.
Well, that topic of doing different types of art. What's your personal favorite? Do you prefer to act or direct or shoot? What's your personal favorite?
I would say my personal favorite will be. It's not editing, I can tell you that.
No, mine either. Yeah, no, it's not.
It's not editing.
Not mine.
That's so tedious. Yeah.
That's his job.
Yeah.
I like it, but if I can hire someone consistently to do that, it'd probably be that. But as far as like the thing that I think I cater to the most, it would be a mix of directing and actually like being one of the cameramen.
Okay.
I think I can get great shots. I think I can do a great job directing somebody, and it's probably a tie between them two on which one I prefer more. because when it comes down to directing somebody, it's not seen on camera what you do, but it is seen on camera of how they do it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when it comes down to filming it, it's like the world is going to see what you see.
Yep.
You know, and which one do you put at a higher pedestal? I mean, I can't put one above the other. You know, so I say I'm probably an even kill with like. What I enjoy the most is being there. What I can't do that, but it's one of them two though.
Yeah,
fair.
One of them two. What would you guys say is the worst thing that you ever experienced on set?
Worst thing.
I won't name names, but
I might.
I was on a set, and first off, this was a pro bono gig.
Yeah.
The one person was a good friend, and you know, hey, those come up. You do them.
Yeah.
That's fine. And, you know, I got my piece of pizza and you know, Jack and Coke or whatever it was I was having at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But these were long 12, 13, 14-hour days.
Oh.
One of them was in my house, and my ex-girlfriend had been hit on by the head producer of this at some point, and I don't know if he was having
Got
issues.
hit on while you guys were together?
No, before.
Oh,
Before
okay.
we got together.
Technically during as well, though.
Well,
I mean,
nobody knew we were together for a little bit. So
He
that's
hit on
how
my
it's-
fiance as well, like big time.
You guys were together.
Yeah.
But anyway, that wasn't the whole big issue. The big issue was, you know, we're on set, and then this guy wanted to use my house for a while
For free.
for free, and he's showing up late. And so everybody's waiting for him to get there, so we're all just burning time. I'm having a sip of something. The guy comes in and he tries to say, no significant others and no drinking on set. It's like, dude, I'm having a mini of whiskey. I'm 6'3". You know, this is nothing.
It's your house, though. I mean, granted.
Yeah, and my girlfriend at the time was living there too. It's like, what? I'm supposed to send her out, like, go to the store for 12 hours.
She's
So-
in the movie too.
Yeah, she's also in the
She's one of
movie.
the actors.
Yeah, she's in-
So it made no sense. That was a fun. Chad. That was Chad.
See, that's just weird, man.
I don't name names. but
Chad.
that's,
I'll name names. Like everyone knows it's Chad. And that
was
the
an
thing,
ass.
He did these things. He had strong points. Don't get me wrong. Like I'll
he was
name
a
his
Right.
producer. He was an excellent producer. He got people together.
That he did.
He
That
was
was
a
an
promoter.
excellent
The
suit.
man was a promoter. He was an amazing promoter. He was good at it. A lot of people liked his vampire series, like on the page.
Yeah.
They liked his series. I'm a fan of vampires. Period. It's not really necessarily my cup of tea.
It was written too high.
but it
for what
doesn't
he
have
had.
to be. It doesn't have to be my cup of tea. I'm not mad at him for it. I dig his creativity. I actually respect a lot of things about what he did, his process, things like that.
But as a director,
What I didn't respect was a lot of the choices he made, like mostly as a producer. I mean, Kayla, you know, he said Kayla was going to direct this thing, and then he stepped on
bullied
her
her,
toes.
stepped away.
He stepped on her toes constantly.
Yeah, that one hurt. So with him, I mean, this is how I look at it. When you have someone that's like, you know, a part of your project, but then after that's said and done, you hear about all of the fuckery that they have done with others. It sits. I'm one of these to where like that's fucked up. How the fuck, you know? But it never came across to me, you
That's
know. But I'm not saying that, you know, I don't know why it came across to others. But I am going to say that, you know, I will tell a motherfucker like, all right, we ain't had no problems, but I heard that there's been problems.
I didn't vibe with him. Actually, I did another piece for him before that one, and I was witnessing one of the worst things I've witnessed on set, and he was afraid of this guy, not like physically afraid, he wasn't,
Right.
but afraid. He said the guy had been injured on set, and the guy he was afraid was going to sue him for said injury on set. So he would just let him, like, literally molest people on set. I take him aside. I'm like, hey, bud, I'm gonna take her home at the end of the night because she's my friend. But if this is my set, we're dragging that guy out. He's fired. He's done. He's not touching her inappropriately. He's not making these comments like this. I mean, this
Right.
is way out of pocket.
On top of that, you
real
know,
bad.
like the female herself is like, and that's another thing too. Like, you know, you got so many people that's trying to get into this business, even at a local level.
Yeah.
We hear about the Weinsteins. You
Yeah.
know, we hear about, you know, the shit that happens behind closed doors that you don't hear about, and then we hear about them late, and then you got like actors or actresses at a young level or local level that is experiencing that stuff, and they're like, is this how it's supposed to be?
And no,
hopefully not.
I prefer not.
I mean,
I prefer not, and that's what I'm trying to tell him, trying to get across to him is, hey, this is my set. I'm throwing this guy out. This is your set right now. So I'm still going to speak my mind. I'm going to tell him, hey,
exactly.
You're making me uncomfortable. You're making her uncomfortable. Most importantly, that's not okay. And he just kind of was like, well, I'm afraid of this guy, so let him do his thing, and like begged me to just leave it alone. And I'm like, I don't understand that. So we didn't vibe. I let him know that. I was like, I don't feel like you and I are going to be able to work together. But then I love Kayla to death. I do just about anything for Kayla Elizabeth. She's the one that asked me to come on board as AD for that project. I don't regret that. Any favor for Kayla is
I've done
good
a
on my
short
end.
with Kayla before as her cameraman, and she was directing. And she had an exact vision of what she wanted. She's like, hey,
She
can
knew
you
that.
shoot this way? Yeah, shoot this way. That's not going to work because of the way you want the scene to go. I'm not going to be able to get that without, messing up the take. And she's like, oh, okay, well, I was like, how about if I try it this way? And she's like, oh, yeah, that's the same thing, just a little different. And she knew exactly, had an image in her mind of what she wanted.
Yeah.
Great experience.
Yeah, she's
When
a
we
great
actually
director.
got on the set with him, he was just, second guessing everything she did, made her second guess herself. Like, this is not you as a director. This is him talking through you.
Yeah.
This is what irritated me. And I apologize to you a handful of times, if not, as yes, you.
Oh, talk. Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
Got it. Yeah.
I don't know if you was aware about it, but
He showed up late.
Oh, so you were supposed to be a part of it too?
He showed up late.
I was supposed to meet Melissa there. And,
Okay.
He was dating Melissa.
Well, there was a few things that happened
Which is
that
probably why
night.
he was pissed off.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was pissed off about what I'm about to go ahead to say.
Yeah.
That night was a wild night. Ultimately, everything went great, but like what I found out that the in between shit that I wasn't aware of. So he was supposed to be a part of Talk Nerdy.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be an extra on this project.
That's what I was going to show up for.
You know.
Yeah, he was too. Yeah.
Without me knowing, there was beef that transpired between him and the executive. Saying that I guess he looked too old for the part. Now, granted, we got a person in the film that got a beard down to fucking here.
I remember I've seen the movie.
And then
as a funny part,
I was honest with him. He took me aside. What he was saying is, he said he was hitting on my fiance at the time a lot.
Really?
All the time. What he
And
did
I was
is
horribly jealous because I was dating Melissa at the time.
he was hitting on her too. So he slides over and he says, "Hey, I'm gonna be with my ex. He goes, I'm gonna have her over here. She's gonna be on my side of the party. You look too old to be at this party anyway."
Oh, he put himself in it though?
Yes.
He's great.
That's exactly where I'm going. So I didn't let it
Sorry, I
slide.
jumped that.
At first, I was thinking I'm just gonna let this go. I'm not cool with it. I'm gonna let her just be there, be in her movie or whatever, and it's fine. But then he tells me right to my face, "You look too old to be a background extra at this party." I said, "But you were gonna be a background extra with my not fiance yet, but then girlfriend?" And he's like, "Yeah, correct." I was like, "Well, I certainly look fucking younger than you."
Right.
And he's like, "Well, do you think so?" And I was like, "No, I know."
Also,
and I asked, and she chimed in. She's like, "Yeah, I mean, he does."
But also, it's like, as an extra, like, how long of a close-up are you giving an extra? It's like, it's just a body in the background, out of focus.
Yeah, so he's telling me, I have to. You gotta bail. You gotta either go outside or be off camera, or hide in the corner, and all this stuff. While I'm gonna be here with your girlfriend. And I'm like, oh no.
Again, when it comes down to like these behind the scenes and I was there, but I didn't know.
You weren't in the room. You were dealing with a car accident at that particular moment. You had enough stress.
I was dealing with
so what's happening around that time?
It happened right then.
Really?
This is when I showed up. Because I remember him being mad at me.
Really?
I didn't see the altercation. I just saw the after.
The exec had a friend on set who I didn't know yet, but that was Melissa's brother. I love him. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that
I didn't
saved
know
me is
him
like
yet.
from getting slapped because my brother and who I thought was going to be my sister-in-law at the time come up and say, "This guy's being an asshole." I was like, "Well, I'm just going to go smack him." And but then I see Denny, and Denny's a big boy. I was like, their bouncer here looks like he might be a chore.
We didn't know that Denny would not have.
No, I mean, I didn't
had
know
his back. We didn't know any of that, and I didn't blame you for any of this.
I mean, granted, you didn't. I
never
still
thought
feel bad about it.
I never thought that was. I never was like, this is not your fault in any way, shape, or form. And to your credit, you called me afterwards, and you're like, I'm sorry this happened to you on my set, and Chad is going to apologize for having said that to you on my set. He did reach out, essentially, he was like, I called to apologize. I was like, oh, thank you. Mm-hmm. He's like, because there was a misunderstanding. You misunderstood me. I'm sorry you misunderstood me. I was like, that's an apology, but sure.
So he didn't follow through wholly.
He called me. For him, I think that's
But
huge.
that is a part of local, though, is because obviously we never held that against you or against
Right.
Danny or anybody else.
No.
Or Rory. Like, we work with Rory whenever.
Yeah, I love Rory. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good dude.
He saved our ass one time recently. We had a bail last minute.
Mm-hmm.
He just showed up. He
didn't know the lines?
I think he got the script like as he walked through the door.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Killed it. Him and Lily
Yeah, he crushed
knocked it
it.
out of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, there's no but intended. But like he went to school for theater though, didn't he?
He did.
You know, which is a plus for him. You know,
good.
a plus for you guys too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's talented.
You walk in at the last minute. All right, I was training for this. Give me a script. I'm gonna memorize it. Bam,
Yeah,
I got it.
he's
You
Because
know?
those theater guys, they gotta go all day. They can't.
Yeah.
miss a line.
He's done a ton of plays still. He's still
He's still doing plays now.
He's got something coming out pretty soon, I think.
That's where I started, was doing theater plays. I did
Yeah.
not like theater plays.
So
That's scary.
again, it was a fucked up night. But at the end of it all, like the movie turned out great. It's like
I was very happy with it, yeah.
all the shit that happened in between. But this is what I was talking about earlier. Like it's these small shits that happen or large shits that happen. Again, there was a beef going on set. One of the actors, one of the main actors, got into a car accident right before filming.
Bad accident,
Ripped
lost a
the-
complete
ripped the
tire,
tire off the
completely off the car. Yeah.
I'm thinking like,
She's a trooper though. She's a beast.
I give her so much credit. I'm
Yeah.
like, look, I was trying to, and like as a director, I'm thinking like when I got the call, and I'm not even trying to be mean. I don't even want to come off as mean, but like, all right, I still got to make this movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look after making sure that my friend, because she was a friend, is a friend.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I know. Yeah.
I'm still gonna
She's
be
great.
like, are you good? Are you keep me updated? But we still I gotta alternate what should have been you now to be somebody else or just scratch it in general. But
You got a house full of people that.
right, like the show still got to go, but I'm not disconnected from the fact that you didn't, that was my mindset, like to where like, damn, that's fucked,
Show
but
must go on.
but when she was like, hey, I'm still coming, I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was surprised, and even when she came, I'm like, hey, let me know what you can or can't do. Let me know what you need, like.
No, she's fine.
But I didn't
She's a
want
trooper when it comes to.
Oh, definitely, and it came out great. Every time I see them scenes, I'm thinking like, yo ass, got your car fucked up. Literally like 20 minutes before this scene.
That was an expressway accident.
Like literally 20 to 30 minutes before the scene. I'm like, you went to the hospital and
Hell yeah.
came like,
Dedicated performer. That's what that is.
that right there.
She didn't
I'm
let it ruin
like,
it on her. She still acts like
Yeah.
We
Still.
all acted with her what, a month ago? 2
Yeah, a
months
couple
ago?
months. Yeah.
I'm gonna bring that shit up to her when I see her. She's supposed to be
Bring it
on the
up.
show.
Good.
But I definitely.
Tell her I said she's short.
That right there,
She is
she is short.
She is
So
short.
I said, what was the worst thing that happened on set? What was the worst thing that happened during the fashion show?
We
Minor
had
things.
a designer. She asked if we had plus size models. We said yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
We had 3 plus size models that bailed day of. Like
Oh.
called us day of, like not happening. We still had a couple.
Yeah.
But she's like, well, I brought 7 different things. I was like, well, there's not gonna be enough time for them to walk and then come back.
She
Right.
had like
she-
3 she could showcase.
She was a little miffed that she didn't get to run.
She
all
was
of them.
upset. I felt bad, but it's one of those things. Nerves kick in. They came to the rehearsals. They came to the fittings. Day of the show. They're like, I can't do the show. I'm nervous. I said, oh, that's okay.
Well, see, good.
I'm so good for now. Thank you.
Okay. The thing about it, I would say that person that was showcasing their, attire, they should know. They should have like a contingency plan.
Yeah.
To where like, all right, I got 7 outfits, but if for whatever reason only 3 or 4 show, I want to broadcast these particular ones mainly.
Mm-hmm. One of my good friends was one of the designers in the show. She had we're trying to do a shoot like right before the show, just promo stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Throw her line on some of the models. We'll take photos out in the yard. Very windy day. About half her line just happened to fly right into a big thing of mud.
Oh, that sucks.
No
Wasn't there
shit.
for that.
That was for me.
Oh, poor me.
Love for me, but
her wardrobe,
the stuff she made all this stuff. Like she's got
She
sewing
sews it
machine.
herself.
She sews. She's fantastic, and about half her line just went straight into the mud.
Oh wow.
She's like, I have a few extra pieces I wasn't planning to showcase today in my car.
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw those in for my line, and then the half that didn't get muddy, we'll showcase. The rest, what can you do?
Contingency plan. She like,
Yeah,
you
she
know,
was wrong with it.
I mean, she
Yeah.
wasn't thinking about her shit was going to be covered in mud.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but at the same time though, she had more than enough to where like, if something happens, I don't really want to use these, but if worst case scenario,
we'll do it.
it's still my shit. I like it.
Right?
You know, but I really want to show that, but I got fucked up in the mud.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, that's kind
It
of
was sad.
that's kind of the local thing there too. Is because when you're working on this level, things are gonna change on set, and it's like, well, we're just gonna roll with this.
You got to roll with it. Yeah.
yep.
It's cold now, so we're shooting outside, and everybody's just gonna be chilly. We'll leave the cars running.
That's one thing that I've noticed. So is if you're on a big budget set, and I've done a few of those big budget set. If it's cold, it's cold.
Yeah.
You're still outside. You're shooting in the cold, and if everyone's there,
All they
they're
give you is coffee.
yeah. All they really give you is coffee.
And sugar.
Just freeze, yeah. And we try and do that. We'll try and do like hot chocolate or something like that. But it's cold. We have some very dedicated people though, who like Kelly, Lyric, those guys are frozen to death.
Lyric said when she was in that one that she asked them to change the name of her character. The one she did for Netflix.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
She
Yeah.
said that they were freezing, but they wanted her in a bikini.
Yeah.
And she said all she did is just hug a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
These streaming platforms.
Yeah.
So I tried to get a hold of Netflix a while ago for Nerdy.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't put the foot on the gas hard enough, but you know, I made attempts.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes down to the other platforms, let's like, you know, Hulu, Tubi, what else is out there? Amazon Prime. We know people within the local circle that has movies on Amazon Prime, on Tubi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
There's people that we know that that acted in other films or shows that, you know, showed on Netflix.
Yeah.
When it comes down to streaming platforms, do you think that is that a route that is easily accessible, or is it a route that you think people are even willing to go to?
Mixed bag, because there's so many of them now. Because Tubi's probably fairly reasonably accepted. You know, you can probably get on there.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix right now is probably not going to take much. They're doing their own thing.
They do their own thing.
And they keep canceling their own shows that they put millions behind.
Yeah.
So they're probably doors pretty well shut.
Yeah.
But, and as much as that is a mixed bag, you know, there's so much out there now. It's also kind of a plus because you can put your stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can get it seen, and people will see it.
Amazon Prime is easy to self-publish as well.
Well, yeah, when it comes down to like YouTube, you know, that's probably everybody's like next Netflix.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I think at some point in time, even YouTube is going to start to put like some type of rules and regulations on like uploading your content. You know,
probably
because of the fact of how big that they might end up getting, because of the fact that people are evading these other streaming platforms for like movies and shorts, mainly movies, and now they want to put them on our platform. And up to this point, everything is fine. But at some point in time, the political shit comes in.
They tried that for a while. Cobra Kai, that's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Started on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube Red.
Because YouTube was going to have its own streamer.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of shuttered it and I don't know what they did with it. They like sold off their properties that they had, I guess.
I guess they must have, yeah. It's on Netflix now.
Thank you both.
Yeah.
For what you guys have done for me and what I have done for you.
Yeah, thank you, man.
We appreciate you.
Always.
Yes, sir.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Working with you with anything.
I appreciate you guys being on the platform.
Of course.
I would say that until we meet again, which is going to be soon.
Yeah.
And then hopefully I can have you guys back and we can talk about more accolades that you guys have accomplished and things that has been going on past what we got going on right now.
Fair enough.
I thank you both.
Appreciate you.
Well, have yourselves a good night.
Yeah, you too.
We'll check you guys later on, all right? Peace out from the Cels Lounge.